My map has gone crazy. I'm clear over in the Mediterranean. This map went nuts. So we will skip the current temperature and tell you that sports. Pac-12 is taking steps to hold the conference together after the announcement that USC and UCLA are leaving for the Big Ten. The conference announced yesterday it plans to start immediate negotiations to renew its media rights contract, which is set to expire in 2024. The move is seen as a way to keep the 10 remaining members of the conference intact and perhaps open the door to future expansion. Salt Lake Tribune reports the University of Utah remains in strong alignment with the Pac-12. Well, that also comes as reports that they are meeting with the Big 12 or Big 12 this week. So how solid that commitment is very much in question. That is sports, and it is Wired Wednesday, and MJ is in the studio. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Chris. How are you?
You got a couple of guests with you.
We do. We have a couple of guests, and I'm really excited about these guests because one, it's taken me almost 2 years of nodding and prodding and trying to get them, to get them in here. And so I'm just grateful that, you know, we had kind of something fell through for our original guest today. And I went in last night and I said, guys, I need your help.
It needs to be now.
Yes, it needs to be now or never, because I'm not really good at winging it by myself. I mean, people just don't want to hear me sit here and rant and rave and, you know, about anything but Iron County, right? Yeah. So good morning. It's Wired Wednesday with McKinnon Hansen. And in studio today, we have Chris and Doug from Clark Linford Jewelers. Chris is the new owner, and he's owned the Clark Linford store for about 2 years now. And they are making some big waves and transitioning and really classing the joint up, I guess. And Doug has been at Clark Linford over 7 years now, and he knows everything, etching, sketching, and engraving that Clark Linford also do. Right? They offer a huge variety of customized everything, basically. So every time I go in there, there's a new sparkly something that I have to look at, that I have to see, that I'm like, does this fit me yet? So, and if it doesn't, Chris will size it for me. Right, Chris?
Exactly.
Are you having too much fun already? So one thing that I want to bring you to light is Clark Linford Jewelers. Their building has been there almost 100 years. In 2024 or 2025, 26. In 2026, we're going to have a big 100-year anniversary, and it has been a jewelry store that long, correct?
It was originally built for a jewelry store, and it is actually the only remaining building that is still being used for what it was originally built for in Iron County.
Such historical value there. And in Iron County, we're deep into our roots, and we're here to set the foundation and to really build upon our legacy. So what a good story to remember about Clark Linford specifically. With all of the different changes you guys have been going through over the last 2 years, give us some kind of idea of what products you offer, or really what is showcasing in this new Clark Linford building.
One of the things that we've done is, I think we've transitioned more into a larger variety of fashion pieces, colored jewelry. A lot of people maybe don't realize that they can come in and get something. It doesn't have to be a diamond piece. It can be something with a sapphire, an emerald, or a ruby. And if we don't have it in stock, it is something that we can get. Usually, you know, depending on sizes and things, it can take anywhere from a couple of days to 4 weeks normally. So I think we've made a bigger transition into not just focusing on the bridal side of things, but the fashion and the color, the variety of color jewelry happening.
So aside from color in the gems, you can also do colored metal like rose gold or just standard yellow gold. Not that it's standard by any means, but just, I mean, your typical colored metal, correct?
Yeah, so there's 3 main golds. White gold is most popular, and rose gold and yellow gold are kind of neck and neck right now. It used to be rose gold was more popular, but Yellow gold is actually making a comeback. And all of our pieces that we have can be done in any 3 of those golds. Or you can even mix it and do 2 of the 3 as well. So yeah, you get any color.
So I can have a completely customized piece.
Completely customize the color of gold, the type of stones, color of stones, all of it can be completely customized to what you want.
From earrings to bracelets, necklaces, and rings,
All of it, yep.
and everything in between.
And everything in between.
If there was something in between, I don't know if there is something in between.
Toe ring.
All right, a toe
Bracelet.
ring. Those exist still. Oh man, exactly. So with your different things, what are your guys' favorite pieces to talk about or favorite things to do? Now, Doug, I know you do a lot of engraving, and you do from engraving to on like glass to metal plates and even some wood and the leather. The leather on my cup today is done by you guys. Kind of walk us through some of your favorite pieces to do with the, I'm going to call it etch and sketch, even though it's really not an etch and sketch.
Yeah, so this is something that I didn't realize was really a thing. I mean, growing up, you have trophies and they just magically appear. And if you need a name tag and whatever else, they're just there. So we actually have a laser that we use. It's essentially you set it up like a printer and you send it to the laser and it etches it off. You still have the kind of the old school way that's still around and still used quite a bit is a drag bit, where instead of etching off a layer of covering, you're digging it out. Basically, you're etching into the piece versus taking off the top coat.
Okay.
So we can do anything. You mentioned your mug there. We have travel jewelry boxes that we can do, card holders, name tags that are left. We can do metal, plastic, things on crystal. We do wine flutes and things for people.
So you can get a Mr. and Mrs. wine flute or shot glass or all of the fun decanter things that are going on.
Yeah, well, some of the hot things right now are the tumblers, the tumblers with a handle. You can integrate, you can personalize them a little bit, which is nice. You can.
So my Yeti or my Stanley Cup doesn't have to look like everybody else's in the store.
Yeah.
I like it because do you know how many times I misread which one is mine because mine's the same color as everybody else's?
Yeah.
I don't want to drink anybody else's drink.
We do the company name on one side and the person's name on the other side. So it's a little bit more personal that way.
So company gifts. So employee gifts, I guess. And the holidays are coming up, but it's never too soon to get those things ordered, especially if you're doing a fair quantity of them. With the different items of jewelry, Chris, kind of walk us through your favorite pieces and really how they became your favorite. Like, I mean, seeing people's faces light up after these types of pieces.
That's a good question. So I would say my favorite pieces are actually probably the engagement rings, just because the whole experience is a lot of fun. Watching a couple come in who are nervous and excited at the same time, and watching them kind of figure out what they like and go through that whole process and their interactions together. It's just, I don't know, fun to watch. And then as they pick out that style and he comes back to buy the ring and figure out how he's going to propose and make it a surprise and those kinds of things. It's just a lot of fun to be part of that process. And then they come back after they're married to get it cleaned and inspected and stuff like that. And just kind of fun to watch them move through that and be part of that and watch their faces light up throughout the process and stuff like that. So that's probably my favorite thing to sell is engagement rings. Also, the way that we can customize them, basing them off everything that we have in the case, or a picture they found online, or even something that they've created in their head that we're able to recreate using computer software to show them a rendering of what it will look like before even manufacturing it, and then holding that finished ring in your hand, something that they didn't even exist a month ago and was in their head. It's just an awesome process and fun experience to be part of. And so that's probably my favorite part of the engagement rings, but we are trying to not move away from them because that will always be our bread and butter, but push the fashion more as well as the engagement ring so that we can help the locals who have obviously moved past engagement rings and are now anniversary gifts and birthday gifts and different holidays and stuff. So we're trying to increase the amount of fashion jewelry that we have, like stackable rings, bracelets. We don't have those, so we got more jewelry. Sorry.
Well,
Definitely a possibility.
But through that story, Chris, you guys are really creating the experience to then kind of turn all of the clientele into family and to relationships. And that goes back to taking care of the community, is it not?
Yes. And so one of our things we don't push, we like to just meet the customer, show them anything out of case they want to see, answer any questions that they have, and not really push them towards any certain direction or anything like that, so that they feel comfortable, they don't feel pressured, and they feel like they can come back anytime and look at things, ask questions, hang out, get their jewelry cleaned, stuff like that, and they know they won't be pressured to buy anything. They can feel relaxed, and so that's definitely our main goal, is kind of create that atmosphere where people can come back and not worry.
We want people to be informed when they make purchases, because a lot of times you can go into some place and regardless of what it is, whether it's jewelry, whether it's a car, whether it's an appliance, anything like that, sometimes it seems like they have a very specific thing that they want you to get, whether it's commission or whatever. We kind of feel like our job is to provide information so that they can make an informed decision to get the best possible piece for whatever budget they have. If with the students, we understand that they don't have a lot of expendable income. For a 15% discount to students. So it's informing people, it's letting them know kind of what they're looking for. And if they do go shop around, they do have a better idea of what quality and things they want, versus just going in blindly.
It sounds like you're selling insurance right now. You're saying that people should care about the education they get first, the quality of product they get second, and then their agent. Just saying.
Well, I mean, with anything, you hope that people are getting enough knowledge
to make an educated decision.
To make that informed decision, and if you have questions, please go ahead and give us a call. We're happy to help. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. We do complimentary cleaning. So if you're downtown, you stop off at both the soda fountain or whatever, stop in. We'll look at your pieces, your settings, make sure everything's good, and clean your pieces. Make sure you're not going to lose anything. Kind of equate it to take care of your car. If you are getting your oil checked and things like that, kind of when you're supposed to, then you avoid that big expense. Same thing with the ring. You're getting it checked every 6 months to a year. The chances of you having that big expense of having to replace a stone go way down. So that's kind of what we want to do.
So not to compare you guys to any other brand out there. Okay. My husband purchased our ring from a national brand, and they do we'll come in every 6 months and make sure it's inspected, and we'll clean it and, do all of that. And it's all warranted, or, all of the things, right? What I really disliked about that national chain is that it was a run of the mill type experience. I was just another number. I was just another face of, well, here, we'll just get you in and out. We'll check it, we'll do all of the things, but it wasn't an experience. They never remembered my name. I never developed a relationship with any of them because they kind of transition in and out of that employment fairly quickly, which is really frustrating because you're like, well, I don't know my account number. You're supposed to look it up, kind of stuff. But what's also really interesting is even though we did purchase my ring from a national chain, I've been able to go into Clark and Linford, and each time I visit with you guys, you're like, Kate, Kenan, where's your ring? Let's clean it. You know, and I'm like, it's really not that dirty. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it was really that dirty. I'm very embarrassed. But at the same time, you're checking the stones, you're looking out for me within that, regardless of where I've purchased that, you know. And then yesterday we had a discussion of, well, it's now like 10 years old and you're starting to get some wear and a band. So eventually we're going to have to bridge that with, you used a really fancy word, Chris. I can't even remember the word. Yeah, a shame, you know, and what, sure, why not? But what I came to realize is that you guys are the professionals within this jewelry industry. And regardless of where I purchased, you're still going to take care of me, right? And taking care of anybody in the community, whether they purchase their pieces in Timbuktu, if they have questions about whether its setting is sustainable or not, or the different things, or sizing is a big deal. We all change sizes throughout our entire life, right? Going through that process with a knowledgeable jeweler, you guys have over 25 years of experience in your office of the different ways to do jewelry, size it, customize it, create it, build it. It's really incredible what such a small footprint in Iron County offers. And it's really incredible, especially because we're now going through we're going to be going through a remodel here in the next few months ish.
Probably next year or two.
Next year or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still keep it the same feel. Now you're talking about Cedar is a small town still for the most part. And so with the jewelry store, yes, we do like to keep it that small town feel where you come in and you aren't just another number on a ticket that they're trying to push through the door to get more money or whatever like that. You are an individual. We do try and get to know you a little bit. And we have some amazing employees like Doug, who was born and raised here. And one of the things that I found so amazing when I first took over was Doug knew everybody that came in. And it was like the most amazing experience because I'd never seen that before. Like anybody and everybody that came in knows Doug, knows his family, knows the history. And it's like the coolest thing that we like to, we want to continue that and get to know the new people that move in and the people that are here. And I have some work to do because I don't know everybody like Doug does, but hopefully eventually I'll get to know everybody. I have a few years on you. You know, a few years on me. And a couple other employees that know everybody and remember names really well. And you're not just a number, you're an individual with your individual items that you're bringing in that need work. And we don't care where you got it from. We just want you to be happy with your piece and we want it to last forever for you. And so we're there to, like you said, look at it, clean it, inspect it, make sure you know of any issues that are going on with it that might need to be taken care of in the near future so that that piece will last and you can hand it down in the future to near future generations and stuff like that. It doesn't matter where you got it, bring it in, we'll take care of it. We'll clean it for you, we'll make sure it's gonna last. And so we want to keep that small town feel in the store so that you are comfortable like we were talking about before. And you do enjoy coming in and getting your things looked at, taken care of, and spending time with us, which is always a lot of fun. So.
Well, and I really enjoy also like just walking through the cases and seeing what's new and what's out there and what's trendy, or if I would, you know, if I'm interested in any of the different fashion jewelry. I mean, I'm a pretty simple person. I do like earrings and rings. Like I just, you know, I'm pretty simple. But in some regards, sometimes we want to dress it up. A pair of Levi's and a t-shirt go great with a tennis bracelet, you know, with the different, you know, events that we have. We have a lot of galas coming up. Does your jewelry match the dress you're getting? Do you still need the dress? You know, do you want to find the jewelry and then find the dress, kind of a thing? You guys are able to provide those different services at a pretty well-rounded variety of what Clark and Linford offer.
Yeah, and we try and keep things things that are lower budget, things that are higher budget. We try and keep them both for all kinds of different customers that come in, from those younger kids that are looking for a promise ring but don't have a lot of money, to the couple who just made VP in their company and want to buy something nice for their wife or something like that and want to spend a little bit more money. We try and keep
well, and you talk about anniversary gifts. There are couples in Iron County that are celebrating their 50, 60, and 70-year anniversaries. Those are incredible milestones that should be gift worthy. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Wired Wednesday. This has been your host, McKenna Hansen, your local Farm Bureau financial insurance agent. My number is 435-592-2021. You can locate Clark and Linford Jewelers on Main Street just by Bullock Drug. And what an incredible staff. Chris and Doug, thank you so much for coming in today. We've really appreciated having you on the show. Thank you again for listening to Wired Wednesday. This is your host, McKenna Hansen.
Thank you, MJ. And it is time.